Hi there. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Sanji. This month we'll be focusing on the popular side dish and finger food, gyoza. Today's preparation will require the following ingredients and tools. A package of raw pork, a small head of cabbage, 2 to 3 green onions, and 2 to 3 garlic cloves, some fresh ginger, some sesame oil, and some vegetable oil, soy sauce, and a package of gyoza wrappers, which can be found at most Asian specialty markets. We'll be needing a small bowl of clean water as well. Also, we'll be needing some rice wine vinegar and some lao yu, or chili oil. For equipment, we'll be needing a frying pan, a steamer basket in a deep pan or pot with a lid, or any other steaming apparatus, a pair of tongs or chopsticks if you want to be fancy, and a food processor. Let's start by prepping our ingredients. If you've purchased pork chops to use for this, be sure to trim off any fat and skin that is on them. Then cut them down to smaller chunks, depending on how much filling you want to make. Also, the standard ratio for this filling is essentially an equal amount of total veg to pork, hence why I'm not using any exact amounts or measurements in this recipe overall. Next comes the veg. First start by cutting the green onions, cutting off the root end and taking off any discolored green bits. Place them into the processor. Next, peel and crush the garlic cloves. And then the ginger, peeling the outer skin and cutting it up into smaller bits. And finally the cabbage. Simply tear off 1 to 2 leaves and break them down into smaller pieces. Make sure all the veg is in the food processor and pulse it until you get a fine mixture. Add the pork chunks, along with about 2 teaspoons of the soy sauce and an even smaller amount of the sesame oil. Add in a pinch of salt and then pulse this mixture lightly. You do not want to grind the pork up nearly as fine as the rest of the mix. As a preemptive measure, let us set up our steamer to give it some time to get up to temperature. Now comes by far the trickiest part of doing the gyoza. Set up a workstation with the gyoza wrappers, our fresh-made filling, and a bowl of water. Taking out one wrapper, powdered side outwards, take a small bit of the filling and place it in the center. Next, hold the wrapper by the top, making a taco shape. Now, pinch the bottom portion of one end and begin to carefully pinch and fold over the dough on one side, essentially crimping the dumpling together. This part takes patience and plenty of practice to get down consistently, but I still highly encourage you to take the time to learn it as it will add to the overall presentation. As a point of interest, gyoza themselves are not of Japanese origin, instead coming from China. However, Japan has adopted and adapted their own variation of the dish to current-day gyoza. The biggest differences between Japanese and Chinese styles are the prominent garlic flavor, and the fact that Japanese gyoza have added salt and soy sauce, as well as the wrappers themselves being much thinner. Once you've created a sizable portion of gyoza, it's time to cook them up. Place your frying pan onto the stove and add a bit of oil to it. Give it a few seconds or so to get it up to temperature, but not too hot though, medium at the highest. Then one by one, place the gyoza flat side down into the pan. What we're looking for here is light browning and crispness on the one flat side of the gyoza. This is known as yaki gyoza, with yaki meaning to grill, such as with our previous yakisoba. Once they've reached the proper crispness, take them out of the pan and place them into the steamer. Cover them and let them sit for no more than 1 minute. During this time though, we can prep the final part of the dish. Mix together 3 parts soy sauce, 2 parts rice vinegar, and 1 part chili oil to create an accompanying dipping sauce for our dumplings. Once 1 minute has passed, we can start retrieving our gyoza. Be sure to place them crisp side up for presentation's sake. And voila! Crispy steamed gyoza made from scratch. I hope you've enjoyed today's presentation. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Senchikan's YouTube channel and Facebook page, as well as my Facebook page, AK Pirate Prince, where I'll be showcasing the finer points of cooking and cosplay. Until next time, itadakimasu, bon appetit, and happy cooking.